Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Shudder Slaughterhouse. I'm Daniel, and got three more, well actually more than three, but I will get to it, calm down. Mini reviews for you. This is stuff that I've watched on Shudder, the past week or so. Before we get going, I just want to go ahead and wish everybody a Merry Christmas, or Happy Holidays, or whatever it is that you're celebrating out there. And hope you guys have a safe one right there. And I thought I'd go ahead and try to squeeze this in because tomorrow is Christmas Eve, so I thought I'd squeeze it in now and get in there early. So, here's what I watched this past week. We're going to go back to 1973 for a movie called Torso. Basic plot of this is there is a serial killer on this university campus who is strangling people with a black and red scarf. And these seem to be sexual in nature, these crimes. And it's just rocking the university to its core. Who could be doing these, depraved murders? This is an Italian film. It's giallo, but it definitely feels, it has definitely more of like a slasher vibe. I know most giallo does the slasher thing as well, but this was definitely just like a murder by numbers, body count type film. I really like this movie. It's fucked up and lots of nudity, very sleazy, but that's what I come to expect from my Italian horror, especially from this era, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit too. But Torso, I really dug it. Definitely the pick of the week. Highly recommend it if you're into that kind of stuff. It is kind of funny though because I watched a lot of this stuff. I'm not gonna lie, this was a blind spot for me, the whole giallo Italian horror thing for a while, and I've really, especially since Shudder came along, I've been cramming just hardcore on this stuff. And it's funny just how quickly you can get the formula down pat. So much so, I'm not giving anything away, but literally as soon as the character who winds up to be the killer comes on screen, I was like, that's the killer. This person's the killer. I guarantee it. And it's just funny because they try so hard. Like, the red herrings are so ridiculous with everybody else. Like, everybody else is just a creep fucking scumbag who's just, like, perfectly looking at everybody. And you're just like, yeah, I bet he's the killer. It's like, no, he's not the killer. I guarantee he's not the killer. It's going to be this person over here. And I was right. Like, right off the bat. Like, holy shit. I've never seen it before. I've never seen this movie before in my life. The Shudder community gave this a 4 out of 5 skulls. I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5. I'm knocking it. I really liked it. I don't know how much rewatch value it would have total for me. At least just right now, who knows? Maybe later down the road, I'll be like, hey, I'm in the mood for some Torso, and I'd toss it in. But I really dug it, and I'm blanking on the guy's name. Didn't write down director. Sergio something. I want to check out more from this guy. Because I actually hear this is not like his big one. Like, he's got like 2 or 3 other films that were like incredible. So I definitely want to check that out. Up next, The Pale Door. This actually came out this year, and it is a Shudder exclusive. In The Pale Door, it's basically these 2 brothers who have this gang in the Wild West, and there's a bit of a botched train robbery, and it doesn't go according to plan. And they end up having to stay the night in this like abandoned little town, which winds up being, the home of like this coven of witches. This movie, it's not bad. I enjoyed it. I will say though, honestly, I don't know. The acting was a lot better than I thought it would be. I love the cast too. What was his name? Noah Segan. He was in Dead Girl, and he was also recently in a non-horror film, Knives Out. Like, I think he's a great actor. He was also in Scare Package, which I believe Scare Package was the same. Aaron Kuntz, I think is the guy's name, who directed this one, directed this one. I think he also did Scare Package, so it kind of makes sense that you got the same crew kind of running with him. And I think he's a tremendous actor. And then the guy who played Wiley, Pat Healy, is that his name? Cheap Thrills, and oh my God, he did Innkeepers and something else. Like, this dude's like also just a huge guy on the independent horror scene, and I think he's great as well. For me, I guess it's going to fall apart, and since you guys already know it's witches, and I never saw the trailer, so I don't know how much I'm giving away here, so I won't try to say too much. It was just the actual look of the witches themselves. Like, I don't know, they just didn't look that scary to me. They're almost kind of hokey. It almost felt like I was watching the old movie The Witches. Either version, don't fucking matter. Need a remake too. But I don't know. It just like it seemed like the acting was good, the atmosphere was there, the writing was there. It's just as soon as they went to go pull trigger on the danger, it just came off very cheap. I don't know. I can't explain it any better than that. I just felt kind of let down by that. And I just remember the whole time as I'm watching, I was just thinking like, man, it would have worked if it would have been zombies or vampires or something like that. And who's to say? I don't know. But that aside, like I said, that's a small nitpick. I still enjoyed it. It really is kind of when you're trying to blend together horror and western. I think they did a pretty good job with that, and I think they kind of succeeded on both levels of that. It was just the witches themselves. I didn't care for them. Oh, but I love the actress. Oh, I don't know her name. She was on she did a Magnolia. And I know I'm probably just losing half my cred here, but I love Magnolia. I don't give a fuck. That's a good movie. Anyways, but she's like the head witch, the group. I love her. But anyways, yeah. Peldor, people here at Shudder, or the Shudder community, gave it 3 out of 5, and I'm going to agree with that. 3 out of 5 seems fair right there. All right, so up next, this is the first time I'm actually doing a collection. I decided to kind of hit the collections and try to see what's going on, and the first one I came across was the Mario Bava collection. And so we got right here, we got 7 films that this guy's done, and yeah, they kind of vary. I won't go through each of them individually. I'll just kind of give a brief synopsis of them, or a brief little mini review of them. We got Shock, which honestly, The Whip in the Body, not bad. Christopher Lee's always, a plus, but Lisa the Devil, I really like this one. Honestly, the whole movie, I'm just like, what the fuck? And then it's like the last scene, I'm just like, okay, ties it all together, we're good. Kill Baby Kill. Black Sabbath was probably the pick of the litter here. Like, that's probably the best one of the bunch. I really enjoyed it. Black Sunday and A Bay of Blood, which is awesome too. I would say that the picks would be Lisa and the Devil, Black Sabbath, and A Bay of Blood. Definitely check out those, for sure. The rest of them, I will say my biggest gripe, I guess, because I've been watching Argento, and I've been watched that Torso not so long ago, and it just seems like, where were the tits? Like, I know it's 2020 and I gotta be all like, oh no, I'm here for a respectable movie. I'm sorry, I like titties, and I expected more. I expected more sleaze, and it's like these kind of felt like they should have been sleazier than they were, and then there was none of it. And it's weird because a lot of it had like sexual themes, a lot of like whips and fucking BDSM and shit, and I was like, yeah, here we go, get some fucking hooters going. Bring out my inner Al Bundy here, but that was not to be. But be that as it may, the stories were still good and everything. And like I said, Mario Bava is an icon in the world of horror. If you haven't seen his work, this is probably a good jumping off point right here for sure. So we've gone through individual scores. Unfortunately, I didn't have an actual rating for the entire collection, but I did the average, and oddly enough, Shudder community gave every film in this thing a 4 out of 5. Oddly enough, when I did my average, though, I came out to about 3 out of 5. So yeah, it is what it is. I think the weakest one on there is Shock, even though it's just kind of like it has moments, but right off the bat, I'm just like. And honestly, I wasn't a big fan of The Whip in the Body. I don't know. Like, I love Christopher Lee, but the story was just like, fuck off. I don't know. I couldn't get into it too much. But the rest of them, I picked up after that. So once I got to Lisa and the Devil, I was pretty happy at that, and I stuck with the rest of the collection. So yeah, I would say cherry pick, look around. If it's your thing, check it out. So guys, that was Torso, the Peldor, and the Mario Bava collection. And I'm saying, check them all out. Absolutely. My pick of the week would definitely be Torso, though. I really loved it. So guys, that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, until next time.